What's going on, everybody? It's that time of the day to piss you off. All right, in Memphis, this is going to hit close to home. It hits close to home for me because I'm the next county up from Shelby County. So, Memphis, they have the state, I guess, has decided to punish them because they got rid of some Civil War Confederate statues in Memphis not too long ago. And now the state's punishing them $250,000 out of next year's budget for removing the statues. Now, I don't know if that's a fitting punishment. I don't know. I will leave that for everyone else that's like me to judge and to decide that for themselves. But this is my opinion on it. Why do you want to get rid of Confederate statues? Why do you want to get rid of Civil War statues, period? Because that's history. There's nothing about that promotes slavery. There's nothing about a Civil War statue that promotes slavery and promotes racism. Nothing. It's history. And I know this pisses a lot of people off, and it's going to piss a lot of you off. But I don't care. Because what has to be said has to be said. There's no sense in getting rid of history. If you erase history and put in a false narrative to history, and you change it into what you want it to be, then you're just asking for the same shit to happen. Maybe it won't happen in the same way, but yet and still, it will happen. You can trust that. You can believe that. There is no sense in getting rid of our history. Our history is what tells about us. It tells what this country has been through. The mistakes made in the past. Some statues tell of the great things left in the past. You know, the great things that were done in the past, you look at a lot of different things that we still use today that people don't look at as part of our history. But it's part of our history, because it's been around for so long and it's helped in a major way. The modern day cotton gin. Tractors. Now tractors ain't been around, granted, for 250, 300 years, but they're still part of our history, because if it was not for something as simple as a tractor, this country would not be what we know it today. Hell, I'll take it a step farther. If it was not for the John Deere tractor, this country would not be what it is today. And what I mean by that, not necessarily that this country wouldn't have got anywhere without John Deere, even though I'm a die-hard John Deere lover. But what I mean by that is, look at the friendly rivalry and the friendly competition, especially between International Harvester and John Deere, that there has been for many years and continues. And it's friendly. Look at everybody running around. Well, where I'm from, repping John Deere. You wear IH, somebody's gonna talk shit about you, badly. But anyway, it's ridiculous that you want to erase our history. There's no sense in erasing our history. What is it really harming to you? I appreciate the Civil War statues, the Confederate statues. Even if there were Northern statues, even though we're not going to have those down here, there might be up north. We're not going to have those down here. And I wouldn't want to see them down here. But, I like to see them where they are, because that promotes their history. It promotes the Northern history. Just like Confederate statues that That tells of our Southern history. That tells of our heritage here in the South. On both sides, what we've been through, good and bad. It tells our history. I mean, there is no sense in doing and causing such a conflict over a statue. It's concrete. You're uprooting history just because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's racist to you and it pisses you off. It is our history. I mean, if I said that something as simple as I don't know, it might sound stereotypical, but I don't want to mean, I don't want to sound stereotypical because I really don't mean anything by this. But if I was to say something as, a taco statue, a statue of a taco wearing a sombrero offends me, would that be fair to the Mexicans, to the Latinos? Because the sombrero and the taco is part of their history, and tacos are fucking lovely. Oh God, let me tell you. I mean, I'm a taco eating some bitch. Well, not as much tacos. I like burritos myself, but whatever. I don't think we should be getting rid of our statues, guys. On any side of anything. I don't. I don't want to see Confederate statues come down. I do not want to see statues of General Forrester come down, General Lee come down. I don't want to see statues of Martin Luther King come down or statues of Malcolm X come down. All of that is part of our history, no matter what side of the aisle you stand on. No matter if you're black or white. If your roots run in this country as deep as mine run in this country, it is part of your history. All of it. It is part of your history. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are. Just wake up for a minute. I mean, really, wake up for a minute and see that that statue, that's not promoting slavery. That statue is not promoting racism. Don't look at that statue. Here's the challenge for you. The next time you're driving around and you see a statue, a Civil War statue of a Confederate soldier or a Confederate general, this is a challenge. Do not look at that statue and go, look at that racist son of a bitch up there on top of that statue. Don't do that. Look at that statue and go, that's part of our history. That's what we come through. That's what we made it through. Because it is. It's part of your history. It's part of my history. It's part of everyone's history whose family roots run that deep in this country, backwoods.